Hey guys, it's Becky. So I found a few items in that spare bedroom that I'm going to use for this Friday, or may use. I don't know what I'm going to use yet. So I found this trim that is flowers. Got some pearl beads. I've got some rhinestones, some lace trim, some hot pink bias tape. Oh, slipped my mind. I have some silver string, orange ribbon, a whole bag of buttons, and then I'm going to, I think, use the Prism collection, and it is from 2013, I believe, 2014. So this is what I'm going to be using for this Friday for Megan W's challenge for things that were in our stash. So I will be back to show you what I found, what I was able to make. Bye. Okay, so this is what I came up with, and it's not fabulous, but it was using old stuff. I used the Prism paper. It was from 2014. This lace is over 10 years old, as is the button, as is the sequins. And these word letters are from the Tim Holtz, and it is, I don't know when I got it, but the date on the back is 2012. I made two little bows with the bias tape. That is over 10 years old. And I still have more left if I want to make some more. I have this little thing that I don't love. It's the Prism paper. The sequence is old, and this silver string is as well. The string is and the sequence are over 10 years old. Then I did this little tag with the silver string, Prism paper, Tim Holtz, and sequence. And I'm not focusing for some reason. There we go. This one I'm not in love with either, but it's using the silver. A flower I put together on a Sizzix. That button's really old. This string is really old. The sequence is really old, and there's Tim Holtz words. I hear my husband coming in. I made two more flowers, the same items. I made these, and I don't love them. I hearkened back to Girl Scout days, and these are like things you would make out of felt. And I thought, well, maybe you could make them out of paper. And they didn't turn out well. And then I made this little tag. So I'm going to go put some of this stuff on a scrapbook page. Hey guys, it's Becky. I am here with a process video of a 12 by 12 layout. I am going to use some of the items I made for Megan W's Shop Your Stash challenge. This is week number 2 for this challenge. I am using the basic gray Prism collection, and right here I am cutting out some of these, cutting it on the triangle lines. I'm going to use this craft background, and I'm going to put gesso on it. The reason I had thought about doing this is I'm going to scrap some pictures of the Louvre, and there was a YouTuber, and I can't remember her name, and if I do remember it, I will link it. It was Heather something, and she had just designed a collection, and it is with Pretty Little Studios, maybe, is the one that's going to put it out for her. And I looked at the website today, and it already is there available for purchase. And I cannot remember her name. It's Heather something. So she had one that was called the Louvre, and it reminded me of the Louvre, and that was the whole point of it. It was like triangle-y, you know. And I'm like, oh, I have paper that's kind of like that. And so I thought I'd use that to do my pictures of the Louvre. So I had gessoed the background, and then I used a Heidi Swat stencil with some Ranger archival ink and watering can to put down some of the triangles. I'm going to go ahead and ink the edges of the borders that I had fussy cut. And I'm inking it with the same watering can ink. And then I'm going to glue them down. And that paper was called Pyramid. This paper right here that I'm backing the photos in, it is called Quilt. It is also from Basic Gray's Prism collection. This collection was from 2014. So I'm going to mat my photos in that. I'm going to mat them again on a Webster Pages. It's Allison Kreft Happy collection, and the paper is called Surprise. It is that paper right there. It's very pretty, kind of an aqua color. So I'm going to go ahead and mat it again in that. So here I'm trying to figure out where I want to put the paper, or put my pictures. The picture on the left is of the Louvre from the outside, and the picture on the right is when you go inside and you're standing under that big pyramid shape, and that's just looking up. I was just looking up and took a picture of the upwards. Here I'm trying to get some of my homemade embellishments to work. Now, some of these embellishments I did not love, but I did use them. Here I cut a piece of that tag off, and I'm using that tag that had the bow on it. Excuse me. Those other two pieces I do not end up using, but I do end up using 3 of the ones that are kind of weird looking. What I was trying to do is, like in Girl Scouts, you could make these pom-poms out of felt, and what you do is you take a strip of felt, fold it in half, and make slits all along the folded side, and then you just rolled them up and smushed them down, and then they were kind of like little pom-poms. And I was seeing if you could do that with paper. Well, you can, but it's not the most awesome looking thing. So I used them anyways because they did take quite a bit of time to do, and I didn't want to waste them or my time. So I'm putting down this piece of chipboard, and it says awesomeness on it. I put down that ampersand. It is an acetate piece. And then I put another piece of chipboard above it that is in craft color, and it says good times. Right there are triangles that were in the ephemera pack for the Prism collection, and I'm going to stick those down. I happen to have 2 packs of the ephemera, and I probably should have pulled out the triangles from the other pack, but I didn't. So this piece I'm getting ready to put down is chipboard, and it says My Favorite Memories. And I kind of cover a little bit of the top of the Louvre, but that's okay. It wasn't a great picture. I lay down this lovely and this flower and one of those funky looking homemade embellishments over on that right side. I used my glue gun to stick those down. And I think it was Kim Miller. I said I was having a hard time with my glue gun running, and she was like, she had posted a comment, well, are you using, high temp glue sticks? And I was like, I never even thought of it. I mean, I have them, but I'd never even thought to check to make sure I was using the right ones. So yeah, I did switch them out, and they seem to be working better. So thanks, Kim. And I think that's the second tip she's given me about something. She's like in the know. So here I am pulling out some of this silver string. I'm going to thread that through that tag. And that silver string I had gotten from my uncle. That was one of my, I use this gold a lot. This is the silver that he had. Right there I'm popping up the tops of the tags, and then I cut some more foam tape off and pop up some of the borders that I had fussy cut. Some of the different points I pop up on foam tape. Eventually. So here I got to looking at it, and I didn't have, the borders had no pink, but the center of the layout had a ton of pink. So what I end up doing is just taking a color pencil. I use Prisma Premier colored pencils. I used P929, which is rose, and I just outlined a couple of them, and then I used this Gamblin brand Gamsol to blend it. I just blended it inward so it would kind of fade from dark to light pink. And I did that on several of the triangles because I needed to have pink in the top and the bottom as well, because it was spread all throughout the inside. And here I'm showing you the close-ups of what it looks like when you do that. Now I thought about using watercolor. I don't really have any markers. I have some Staedtler markers, but I don't have Copics or anything. So I thought about using watercolor or acrylic paint, but I thought this would get a better result. I was more able to control a colored pencil. So I'm going to spell out Louvre in these gray tile stickers. They are chipboard and they came in this collection. And then I am going to put with these hot pink stickers that also came in the Prism collection. I'm just going to spell out the and 5 September or SEP 2015, and I actually initially put 16, and I had to go back and put a 5 down instead of a 6 because obviously September 16 has not gotten here yet. So after that, I just tried to tie in some more of that silver thread, and it didn't work. And that's going to be the end of this video. So thank you so much for joining me, and I can't wait to see what you guys do with Megan's challenge. And I will see you next time. Bye!